Dobro dan. So here we are in Belgrade, and it's after Catholic Christmas, and we're approaching Serbian Orthodox Christmas. So what's typical, street vendors like to sell socks, calendars this time of year. Lots of calendars. So I was actually going to start this video elsewhere, but I saw something here I thought was interesting. Interesting for Americans. So there's some calendars here. Tito and Putin. So, just to tell you, there's not a huge Russian influence here, although, you know, this is a Balkan country. This is part of the Soviet Union once. But there's still some history there. Obviously, that one calendar was Tito, so it goes back to 1940s and 50s. Belgrade's always under construction these days. There's always upgrades happening everywhere. All these Christmas trees. They all have a nice shape too. So these are all live trees. They smell great. Sorry birds, sorry to disturb you. So I'm out today to get some olive oil, which I'm going to go back to that farmer's market in a little bit. Where I wanted to start this video is at the end of this block where there's a statue. And then we'll walk around some of the less traveled by tourist kind of spots. Yeah, I'm doing something right now I never do. I don't usually cross the street jaywalking style. I have extreme respect for this country that's my host country. You know, so I hear, one of the things I hear a lot, aw, poor kitty. One of the things I hear a lot is Americans that are upset with America that want to leave. And honestly, Serbia is a great choice. But the reality of leaving America and going to any country, you know, your U.S. passport gives you 90 days in many countries of the world without a visa. But after 90 days, that's it. You need a legal reason to be able to stay in that country. So you might get a work visa, you might get a student visa. You might get sponsored. I know that's an American thing. You might be able to do it through marriage. But none of those are easy things to do. And even then your first goal is, residency. Otherwise, every 90 days you have to leave the country and get a re-entry stamp. Which, actually, it's kind of a gray area, because honestly, I think the rules are that you have to stay away from 90 days before you can come back in. But, these rules are defined by individuals that are working at the border. There was a time that I was attempting to do that, and because I had overstayed, I had to go in front of a judge. I had to pay a fine. None of those are easy things to deal with when you're in a foreign country, especially when you have language barrier and just overall system, no knowledge of the system. So I was trying to get a re-entry stamp at the Croatian border, at the big border, and I was denied re-entry. So I was officially deported, and I had to go to Zagreb. And lucky for me, I had my nice landlord even drive me to Zagreb. Over there, I stayed for 4 days, totally unprepared, before I came back on a tour bus. And because I had already gone to court, and it was just the border guard's interpretation of the fact that I shouldn't be there, they denied me. I believe I did have I was in the legal right, but I made it my biggest goal to get my citizenship or residency. That's your first step. The second step is after 3 years you can apply for permanent residency, which is like a green card. It's like being a legal alien resident in America. And that's what the people need that are trying to stay in America and that are being deported. And honestly, it's terrible the way they are being deported. I grieve for those people. It's such a difficult thing to deal with. And it's only because it hadn't been enforced in so long. I mean, they say Obama was the deporter-in-chief, but you didn't hear about it. I mean, as an American citizen, we don't know these things. You don't have to know these things. But once you try to go abroad, you start to learn. The rules of the world are pretty much the world, and they include America. It's just that it's just not known. And for so long, America they looked the other way. So now that all of a sudden they're just swooping people up, I couldn't imagine. It's so tough. I think there could have been a better way. But the world we live in it's a tough place. Even for people even when things are great, even if I had everything to where I didn't have to struggle, I still struggle with myself. So it's a very difficult thing to be here. Now, I believe we all chose to come here. I believe that we chose our life before we came here. Not to say you can't change things, but when certain things just happen, and they happen so easily, you think, okay, this was part of the script. What's going on down here? I think this is a vet. But you know what? That's just a theory, because who really knows? Nobody really knows. And I think that's part of the game. Because if everything was too easy, I think it would be boring. And it's like anything difficult that you do, it might be traumatic at that time, but it's funny to me how the most traumatic events of my life are some of my fondest memories. It's like you're happy you were able to accomplish that thing. It's a winorama. So like I said, we're just gonna go walk down some streets there. I don't travel very often. I like the old buildings. I like the buildings with these old facades. I mean, the crumbling facade is cool looking to me. I would prefer if there wasn't so much graffiti on everything. So across the street it says Biodiagnostica. It's some type of a medical facility. Yeah, one thing for sure what's different about at least this part of Europe, I think Europe in general, is that you have these old buildings where people live on top, and even inside where people live there's offices, and you wouldn't know it so much from the outside. It's not like America where there's always giant signage and, you know, individual complexes for things. That's rare, at least in the city it's rare. If you go outside the city, you know, neighboring communities like Vidokovic, there's more of that, I suppose, where there's individual little buildings. But and this is an old city. In fact, it's ancient. Some of these buildings, and you know what, I'm one of those people that I do like conspiracy theories, and I don't necessarily believe them all, but it's fun to entertain, because who can really say? Because there's a theory that a few hundred years ago something happened. Let's just say 400 or 500 years ago, something happened on this planet where there was a global civilization. And the reason why that's even entertainable is because there are so many buildings that look a lot like the buildings here all over the world. Why does every Capitol building look like, you know, it's got Roman columns and all that? Everywhere. China, Argentina. I mean, that's a thing. And then there's evidence of mud floods. And by that I mean there are areas where once they dig down below some of these old buildings, you start to see more building. Like the original floor was further down. There's a lot of buildings like that here, where, you know, at the street